Now, SABC News senior reporter Patricia Visagie joins us now for more. A very good evening to you, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us about this particular raid? What was uncovered or confiscated during this raid?
Well, good evening to you and, of course, to our viewers. Definitely a big raid here at one of the biggest prisons in the province. Of course, we are at the Kgosi Mampuru Correctional Services Center in the heart of the capital city. And it's been a busy night, I must tell you. It was, of course, a raid not planned. So the inmates were not aware that this particular operation was going to take place. So they were literally ambushed. We saw how many of them were, yanked out of their cells, most of them half asleep and so forth. So a lot of activity, but the illegal items that were confiscated, the group of law enforcement officials that were at the heart of this particular operation, they found from cell phones, chargers, and of course a lot of substances that looked like drugs that was also confiscated. We saw, marijuana dacha that was also found in some of the group cells. Of course, the issues around the state of those cells, overcrowding, that also came to the fore with the commissioner taking on some of the cell leaders. A particular cell leader, he's called a monitor in a particular cell, that raised a lot of alarms with the commissioner, just raising his unhappiness about this particular gentleman, as he had allocated a large portion of the cell for himself. And seems like he is, not operating according to the law, and he's doing as he pleases, even deciding who sleeps where. So the commissioner was glaringly very unhappy about that. But I must say, it seems like it was orderly. There was nothing that was untoward. The inmates really cooperating with the officials that I hear, a lot of them being searched and reminded about the importance of making sure that while they're serving their sentences, they still need to respect the law. They still need to be, constitutionally binding in terms of what they do in here and respecting each other. So that is more or less what was found, in particular, the substances that seemed like drugs. We heard some of the ones talking about the white powders that they found, saying that clearly looked like crystal meth that they found in some of these cells. So those are some of the substances, and as I said, dacha as well. But other than that, really, a group of officials that are trying to make sure that they confiscate all the illegal items and remind the inmates about, the importance of being orderly. And you know that this is not the first. There's been a couple of such raids at various prisons in the country, and this is all in line to make sure that proper oversight is ensured, and to also make sure that the commissioner, the minister, and so forth, have an eye on the ground in terms of what is happening at the prisons, as there has been many complaints over the years. So this is also to make sure that the rights of the inmates are respected, and perhaps moving forward, they can bring improvements in some of the prisons. So it's in line with really making sure that everything is orderly. It is inmates. They are here for breaking the law. They have been convicted and sentenced, but the law still applies, and their rights must also still be respected. So nothing, as I said, that really was extreme. They are dogs as well, your canine unit that is here that is helping to detect some of the illegal substances and items. But most of it, as I said, is really the drugs that was confiscated, and a lot of cell phones. There's one cell that we went into, and one of the inmates seemed to have crafted a panel in one of the beds, and in that panel they found several cell phones that were actually hidden in there. So that was also very shocking for the commissioner. But other than that, they are still busy with the operation. We now actually move into another section. So we've been moving from section to section. So this is a big prison with a population of over 7,000. And the section that we're in has about just over 3,000 inmates. So we're moving literally from one section to the other where they're conducting the operation. So unfortunately, we have to move.
Now, Patricia, we're out of time, unfortunately.
I can't stay here by myself, but we'll give you more updates in a little bit.
All right, Patricia, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Patricia Visagie there speaking to us at the Kgosi Mampuru prison, where an impromptu raid has been conducted and several items that have been prohibited have been discovered.